I send the email at 9:47 a.m., and by 10:03 my career is over. I don't know it yet. I'm still smiling at my screen, watching the little sent confirmation blink once, then disappear. My husband stands behind me, one hand on my shoulder. Supportive, gentle. "There," he says softly. "That should clear everything up," I nod. My heart pounds, but not from fear. From relief. The email to HR, to the executive team, explaining the misunderstanding about my relationship with Jason from marketing. Professional, carefully worded. My husband helped me draft it last night, line by line, his fingers hovering over the keyboard like he was defusing a bomb. "You're too close to it," he'd said. "Let me help you see it objectively." I'd been grateful. Crying into my wine glass, terrified someone had seen Jason and me in the parking garage last week, his hand on my thigh, my mouth on his neck. A security guard, maybe. A late working associate. The rumor mill at Bellman and Cross moves fast, and I couldn't afford to be ground up in it. So when David offered to help me get ahead of it, I let him. My phone buzzes. Then again. Then it doesn't stop. I pick it up. 3 texts from my assistant. 2 from the VP of operations. 1 from Jason. "What the fuck did you do?" My stomach drops. I open my sent folder, hands shaking, and click the email I just sent to all 73 senior staff members. The subject line is still mine. Professional conduct clarification. But the body, oh God, the body is every text message Jason and I ever sent. Every filthy, explicit, reckless word. Screenshots threaded together like evidence in a trial. "I need you inside me." His reply, "My office, now lock the door." My response, "Your wife texted me asking about book club." "I came on your desk 5 minutes later. Further down. Photos. Not my face, but my body, my bra, his hands. And at the very bottom, a single line I didn't write. "I thought you all should know what kind of people you employ." I can't breathe. David's hand is still on my shoulder. I twist around, my chair squeaking, and he's looking at me with an expression I've never seen before. Calm, almost peaceful. "David." My voice cracks. "What did you left your laptop open last week?" His tone is conversational, light. "I saw the messages. All of them. I spent 3 days deciding what to do. I stand, stumbling back. "You switched the draft. You changed it before I sent." "I didn't change anything." He steps closer. "I just attached the truth." My phone rings. The CEO's assistant. I don't answer. Another buzz. Jason again. "They're calling me into a meeting." "If you say one word about me, I swear to God." "Why?" I whisper. David smiles. It's small, sad. "Because I wanted you to feel it, just for a minute. What it's like when someone you trust destroys you in front of everyone who matters." My office door opens. Security, 2 of them. "Miss Harlow, we need you to come with us. They don't even let me pack my desk." I walk through the bullpen in silence, every head turning, every screen frozen mid-click. Someone whispers. Someone laughs. I don't look at anyone. Security escorts me to a conference room where Janet from HR sits with a printed copy of my email, his email, spread across the table like a crime scene. "We have a zero-tolerance policy," she says. Not unkindly. Almost pitying. "You understand." I sign the termination papers with a pen that doesn't work properly. The ink skips. I have to trace over my name twice. Jason's fired an hour after me. I know because he calls me 17 times from the parking lot, his voice raw and vicious. "You ruined my fucking life." My wife saw it. My kids are going to see it. "You stupid selfish—" I hang up, block him, sit in my car and stare at the steering wheel until the sun moves across the windshield and I realize it's 4 p.m. When I get home, David's already packed. 2 suitcases by the door. His laptop bag. The framed photo of us in Prague face down on the counter. "You're leaving," I say. Stupid, obvious, I am. I don't know what I expected. Screaming maybe, tears, something hot and breakable. But he's calm. He's been calm since this morning, and it's starting to scare me more than the rage would have. "You didn't have to destroy me to hurt me," I say. "Yes," he says quietly. "I did." He picks up his bags. Walks past me. Stops at the door. "I loved you," he says. Not love, loved, past tense. I loved you so much I ignored the late nights. The new perfume. The way you smiled at your phone like I wasn't even in the room. His voice doesn't rise. I told myself I was paranoid. That I was the problem. And then I saw the messages and I realized, you didn't just cheat on me. You erased me. I was already gone to you, I open my mouth. Nothing comes out. So yes, he says, I made sure everyone saw what you really are. The same way you made me see it. He leaves. The apartment is silent except for the hum of the fridge and the sound of my breathing. Too fast, too shallow. I pick up my phone. Scroll through the texts, the missed calls, the email I can't unsend, and then I see it. A message from an unknown number sent 2 hours ago. You don't know the half of it. Meet me at Rosewood Bar, 8 p.m., come alone. I shouldn't go. I pour a glass of wine, then dump it in the sink. Pour another, dump it, sit on the couch and stare at the message until the letters blur. You don't know the half of it. At 7:43, I grab my keys. Rosewood Bar is dark, wood-paneled, the kind of place where men in expensive suits close deals and ruin lives over whiskey. I find David in the back corner, 2 drinks already on the table. He slides one toward me when I sit. I wasn't sure you'd come, he says. I wasn't either. We sit in silence. I take a sip. Bourbon, he remembers. You wanted to see me suffer, I say finally. Congratulations. You win. I didn't want you to suffer. His eyes meet mine, and there's something broken in them I didn't see this morning. I wanted you to understand. Understand what? That I knew for 3 months. He leans back, fingers drumming the glass. Not 3 days. 3 months. I knew before you went to the company retreat with him. Before you started wearing the perfume he bought you. Before you stopped kissing me goodnight. My chest tightens. Why didn't you? Because I wanted to see if you'd stop. His voice cracks just barely. I kept waiting for you to come back to me, to remember what we had, but you didn't, you just went deeper. So you planned this. I planned to leave. He finishes his drink. The email was improvisation. This morning when you asked for my help, I realized you still didn't see me. Even caught, even terrified, you looked right through me. Like I was a tool. Something useful. The words hit like a slap. I'm sorry, I whisper. No, you're not. He stands. But you will be. What does that mean? He reaches into his jacket, pulls out a flash drive, sets it on the table between us. What is that? Everything Jason sent you. And everything you sent him that wasn't in the email. He watches my face. The things you said about me. About our marriage. The jokes. The cruelty. My blood turns cold. David, I haven't decided what to do with it yet. He picks up his coat. Maybe nothing. Maybe I'll send it to your mother, or his wife. Or post it somewhere public. I don't know. I'm still deciding how much I want you to hurt. That's not you. My voice shakes. You're not cruel. I wasn't. He looks at me like I'm a stranger. But you taught me how to be. He leaves the flash drive on the table, leaves me sitting there, heart hammering, staring at the small black rectangle that holds every terrible thing I am. I pick it up and I follow him outside. He's halfway to his car when I catch him. Wait. He stops. Doesn't turn around, please. I'm breathless, frantic. Please don't do this. I'll do anything. I'll tell everyone it was my fault. It was your fault, I know. Tears now, hot and humiliating. I know, I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry, David. He turns. His face is wet too. We stand there in the parking lot, 2 people who used to love each other, now just wreckage. I don't want to hurt you, he says quietly. I never did. I just wanted you to see me. I see you now. Too late. It doesn't have to be. I step closer. We can fix this. We can. How? His voice breaks. How do we fix the fact that you fucked someone else and laughed about me while you did it? How do I unknow the things you said? That I was boring. That I didn't make you feel alive anymore. That he made you feel like... He stops. Breathes. Like I never could. I didn't mean it. Yes, you did. He wipes his face. And that's what kills me. Because part of me still loves you. Even now, even after everything. I still love you and I hate myself for it. The flash drive is heavy in my palm. What do you want from me? I whisper. He looks at me for a long time. I want you to tell me why. Why what? Why him? Why you threw away 10 years for someone who didn't even love you. His voice is raw. Because I read those messages, Lena. All of them. He called you desperate. He laughed about you with his friends. He was using you and you knew it and you stayed anyway. So tell me, why wasn't I enough? The question splits me open. Because you were too good, I choke out. Because you loved me and I didn't know how to let you anymore. I felt invisible. Like I was disappearing into our life and I didn't know how to stop it, so I found someone who made me feel like I existed, even if it was a lie, even if it hurt you. I was selfish and broken and I'm sobbing now. I destroyed the only person who ever really saw me. David closes his eyes. I wanted to hear you say it, he says finally. Just once. I needed to know you understood what you did. He reaches out, takes the flash drive from my hand and snaps it in half. What? There was nothing on it, he says. It was empty. I just needed to see if you'd beg. If you'd finally break the way you broke me. He drops the pieces at my feet. Goodbye, Lena. This time when he walks away, I don't follow. I don't hear from him for 2 weeks. The silence is its own kind of violence. I spend the first 3 days refreshing my email, checking my phone every 10 minutes like an addict, waiting for something, rage, forgiveness, anything. But there's nothing. Just the mechanical hum of the refrigerator and the sound of my own breathing in an apartment that's suddenly too big. On day 4, I start applying for jobs, marketing coordinator positions at companies I've never heard of, in cities I've never wanted to live in. I tailor each cover letter carefully, professionally, leaving out the part where I was terminated for moral turpitude. Leaving out the part where my entire professional reputation imploded in a single morning because I couldn't keep my legs closed. No one calls back. On day 7, my mother finally reaches me. I've been avoiding her calls, but she's persistent and I'm weak. Lena, sweetheart, what's going on? David's mother called me. She said, we're separating. The word tastes like ash. Not divorce. Not yet. Separating. Like we're still close enough to come back together. Oh, honey. Her voice softens in that way that makes me want to scream. What happened? I happened, Mom. Silence. Then, do you want to come home for a while? Home, the word feels foreign. I haven't called that place home since I was 18 and desperate to escape it. No, I'm fine. I just need some time. Lena, I have to go. I hang up. Block her number. Immediately feel sick about it and unblock it. Stare at my phone until the screen goes dark and all I can see is my own hollow reflection. On day 9, I run into Jason's wife at Whole Foods. I'm in the wine aisle. Where else? When I see her. She's thinner than she looked in the photos on his desk, wearing yoga pants and a Northwestern hoodie, her hair in a messy bun. She's reading the label on a bottle of Pinot Grigio, and for a moment I think I can slip past her unnoticed. Then she looks up. Our eyes meet. She knows. Of course she knows. Everyone knows I expect rage, screaming, a bottle thrown at my head, but she just stares at me with this expression of profound exhaustion, like she's too tired to even hate me properly. He's gone, she says quietly. Took his things and left last Tuesday. Didn't even tell the kids where he was going. My throat closes. Don't. She holds up a hand. Don't apologize. Don't explain. I don't want to hear your voice more than I have to. She grabs the cheapest bottle on the shelf and walks away. I stand there for 20 minutes, frozen, until a stock boy asks if I need help finding anything. On day 12, I start sleeping in the guest room. Our bed, the one David and I picked out together after a 30-minute argument about firmness levels and thread counts, feels contaminated. I can't lie in it without seeing Jason's hands on my skin, without hearing my own voice in those messages. He doesn't touch me like you do. He doesn't make me feel. I strip the sheets, wash them 3 times. It doesn't help. The guest room mattress is too soft and the pillow smells like dust, but at least it's clean. At least I didn't ruin it. On day 14, I find the ring. I'm packing up some of David's remaining things. He'd texted finally asking if he could pick them up. Cool and businesslike. When I find a small velvet box in the back of his nightstand drawer. My hands shake as I open it. It's a ring. Not my engagement ring. I'm still wearing that stupidly out of habit or guilt or some twisted combination. This is different. An anniversary band. White gold, delicate, with 3 small diamonds. There's a receipt underneath it dated 2 months ago, and a card still sealed in its envelope. I know I shouldn't open it. I open it. Lena, 10 years. I know we've been struggling lately. I know you've felt distant, and I've been so focused on work that I haven't made you feel seen. But I want you to know I choose you. Every day I choose you. I hope you choose me too. Happy anniversary, all my love. David, the Card falls from my hands. Our anniversary was 3 weeks after I started sleeping with Jason. I'd forgotten it entirely until David reminded me that morning with coffee and croissants from the bakery I love. I'd felt guilty for about 30 seconds. Then Jason had texted me a photo of his hotel room in Austin. He was there for a conference, and I'd forgotten again. I never asked David why he didn't give me the ring. Now I know he already knew. He already fucking knew. And he still made me coffee. Still kissed me goodbye. Still asked about my day like we were normal. Like I hadn't already chosen someone else. I sit on the floor of his room now, not ours, and cry so hard I throw up. On day 16, there's a knock at the door. I know it's him before I open it. Some part of me has been waiting, holding my breath, wondering if he'd come back or if I'd lost him so completely that even his anger had run dry. He's standing there with a cardboard box, wearing a jacket I've never seen before. New life, new clothes, and his hair is different, shorter. He looks good, rested, like leaving me gave him back something vital. You forgot some things, he says. His voice is neutral, friendly even. It's worse than hatred. I step aside. Let him in. He sets the box on the kitchen counter and I see the contents before he says anything. My old journals from college, the ones I'd kept meaning to throw away. A cardigan I'd been looking for. A framed photo of us at my sister's wedding, both of us laughing at something I can't remember anymore. And the necklace. The one he gave me 3 years ago, the one I stopped wearing because Jason said, I can't think about what Jason said. Thank you, I manage. He nods. We stand there in the horrible, awkward silence of two people who used to know every inch of each other, and now can barely make eye contact. I got a job, he says finally, in Seattle. Tech startup, senior developer position. I leave next month, Seattle, 3,000 miles away. Far enough that I'll never accidentally run into him at Whole Foods or see him at a mutual friend's party. Far enough to pretend this version of our life never existed. That's good. I'm happy for you. The lie hangs between us, obvious and pathetic. He looks around the apartment and I wonder what he's seeing. The place where we fought and fucked and built a life that I demolished with my own stupidity. The kitchen where he'd cook elaborate meals while I sat on the counter drinking wine and stealing bites. The corner where we put up our first Christmas tree and argued about whether colored lights were tacky. I signed the lease over to you, he says. Paid through the end of the year. After that, it's yours if you want it or not. Whatever you decide. David, you don't have to. I know. He finally looks at me. Really looks at me. But I want to. Not for you, for me. So I can leave knowing I didn't become the person you thought I was. I never thought you were weak. He says it gently, without malice, and somehow that makes it cut deeper. You thought I was weak. That I'd just let you walk all over me and keep coming back for more. That I was too nice, too boring, too safe to ever really hold your attention. And maybe I was. Maybe I let you treat me that way because I was terrified of losing you. But not anymore. My eyes burn. I don't know how to fix this. You don't. He moves toward the door and I feel the finality of it like a hand around my throat. But maybe you can fix yourself. Figure out why you needed to burn everything down just to feel alive. Because the next person you love deserves better than that. There won't be a next person. He smiles. Sad, broken, almost tender. Yes, there will. And maybe you'll do it right. Maybe you'll remember what it cost to do it wrong. Maybe you'll choose them when it matters instead of when it's too late. He's at the door, his hand on the knob, and I can't let him leave like this. I can't let the last thing I ever say to him be a lie. I loved you, I say. My voice cracks. I loved you, David. I know I didn't show it. I know I destroyed it, but I did. I do. He pauses. His shoulders tense. For a moment I think he'll turn around, that he'll say something that makes this bearable. But he doesn't turn around. I know, he says quietly. His voice almost swallowed by the hum of the apartment's heating system. That's the worst part. You loved me. You just loved yourself more. You loved the version of yourself that he reflected back at you. Exciting, dangerous, alive. More than you loved the version that existed with me. The safe one. The real one. The door opens. Goodbye. Lena. And then he's gone. I stand there in the entryway for a long time staring at the space where he was, listening to the sound of his footsteps receding down the hallway, the elevator dinging, the mechanical whir as it carries him down and away and out of my life forever. Then I close the door, lock it, slide down to the floor and sit there in the growing dark. 3 days later, I'm staring at my laptop screen, exhausted from another round of fruitless job applications, when the email arrives from David Harlow. Subject, one last thing. Date, October 3rd, 2024. 5:34 p.m. My finger hovers over the touchpad. I don't want to open it. Whatever's inside will hurt. Everything from him hurts now, but I can't not look. I click. The email has no text, just a single attachment, a screenshot. I open it and my stomach drops. It's a text conversation, but not mine. Not ours, Jason's messages between him and someone named Britt. Dated 2 months ago, right in the middle of our affair, when I was lying to David every night and texting Jason that I was falling for him, that this felt real, that maybe we could actually be something. Jason, she's so easy to manipulate. Says her husband's boring. I'm bored too. This is just fun. Britt, what if she catches feelings? Jason, she already has. It's pathetic. But she's hot and available, so, Britt. You're terrible, lol, Jason, I know. Hey, you coming over tonight or what? I scroll down. There's more. So much more. Jason, Lena's convinced I'm going to leave my wife for her. As if Caroline's not going anywhere and neither am I, but let her think it. Makes her more eager. Britt. Doesn't she realize you're using her? Jason, if she does, she doesn't care. Some women just need to feel wanted. It's not my fault she picked the wrong guy to worship. My hands are shaking so badly I almost dropped the laptop. Below the screenshots, there's a note, typed in David's careful, measured way. Lena, I found these the same day I found yours. I spent hours deciding whether to show them to you. Part of me wanted you to see exactly how little you meant to the person you threw our marriage away for. Wanted you to understand that while you were destroying us, he was laughing about you to someone else, but I didn't. Not then, not when I sent the email to your office. I could have included these. Could have humiliated him even more thoroughly. Could have made sure you both went down exactly as hard as each other. I didn't because I realized something. You didn't destroy our marriage alone. You did it with someone who saw you exactly the way you saw me, as disposable, as something to use until something better came along. As a convenience, he played you, Lena, the way you played me, and you were so busy chasing the high of feeling wanted that you couldn't see it. You couldn't see that he was doing to you what you were doing to me. Lying, manipulating, pretending to feel things he didn't feel. I'm not sending you this to hurt you. I'm sending it because I need you to understand something, and I need you to sit with it for the rest of your life. You and Jason weren't star-crossed lovers. You weren't passion incarnate. You weren't even real. You were two selfish people who found each other in the wreckage of your actual relationships, and you told yourselves it was special because that made it easier to justify. But it wasn't special. It was just easy, and cheap, and cruel. I hope someday you see yourself clearly. Not the version you wanted to be, exciting, magnetic, someone worth burning down a life for, but the version you actually were. Desperate, disposable, someone who destroyed something real for something that was never there in the first place. That's when you'll finally understand what you lost. And by then, I'll be long gone building a life with people who know how to choose me back. David, I read it 3 times, then a 4th. My chest feels like it's caving in. I close the laptop, push it away and sit there in the dim glow of the kitchen light, staring at the wall where David and I hung a painting we bought in Santa Fe. He'd wanted the landscape. I'd wanted the abstract. We'd compromised on something neither of us loved but both of us could live with. He took it when he moved out. There's just a nail hole now, a small dark circle in the white paint. I get up, walk to the counter, pick up the necklace he left in the box. It's delicate, simple. The kind of thing I would have loved if Jason hadn't convinced me I needed something flashier. More expensive, more noticeable. I put it on. The metal is cold against my skin, and the clasp takes me 3 tries because my hands won't stop shaking. I catch my reflection in the darkened window. Hollow eyes, unwashed hair, the necklace sitting just above my collarbone like a brand. I look like exactly what I am. Someone who ruined everything and got nothing in return. Jason never calls again. I hear through a former co-worker that his wife filed for divorce 2 weeks after the email. Full custody of the kids, the house, most of their assets. He's living in Denver now, selling insurance, alone in a 1-bedroom apartment that smells like old takeout, and regret. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel anything for him. It's like he never existed. 6 months pass. I get a job finally. Administrative assistant at a nonprofit. 30% pay cut, 0 prestige. My new boss is 26 and calls me Len, even though I've corrected her 4 times. I smile and nod and file paperwork and go home to the apartment that still feels like David's, even though he's never coming back. I don't date. Don't even try. The idea of letting someone touch me, see me, know me feels impossible. Obscene. I go to therapy. Dr. Reichman is patient and kind and asks questions I don't want to answer. Why do you think you needed the affair? She asks during our 8th session. Because I was selfish. Because I'm broken. Because, no. She leans forward. Those are judgments. I'm asking why. What did Jason give you that David couldn't? I think about it for a long time. Permission, I say finally. Permission to be the worst version of myself. David loved me in a way that made me want to be better. Jason didn't care who I was. He just wanted what I could give him. And that felt easier. Like I could stop trying so hard to be worth loving. And now I don't know who I am without someone telling me. She writes something down. That's a good place to start. On a rainy Tuesday in April, 7 months after David left, I get an email notification. A tagged photo on Facebook. I don't use Facebook anymore. Haven't since the email incident made me a pariah. But I still get the notifications. I click. It's David. He's standing on a rooftop in Seattle. The Space Needle blurred in the background. Golden hour light making everything look soft and dreamlike. His arm is around a woman with dark hair and warm brown eyes. And they're both smiling. The kind of smile you can't fake. The kind that comes from actually being happy. The caption reads, "Starting over." There are comments. Friends congratulating him. His mother posting heart emojis. Someone from his office, "You two are perfect together." I stare at the photo for a long time. She's pretty. Not in a threatening way. Not the kind of pretty that would have made me jealous when David and I were together, just normal pretty, kind-looking. The type of woman who probably texts back promptly and doesn't start fights over nothing and knows how to be grateful for good things. The type of woman who wouldn't cheat. I click on her profile. It's private, but I can see enough. Her name is Maya. She works in environmental law. They've been together for 4 months. The photos start in December, careful and tentative at first, then gradually more comfortable. More real. In one, they're hiking, and he's looking at her the way he used to look at me. In another, they're cooking together in his kitchen, and she's laughing at something off camera. In the most recent, they're curled up on a couch, her head on his shoulder, his hand in her hair, and they both look so fucking content I want to scream. He found someone. He moved on. He's building the life I could have had if I hadn't been so determined to destroy it. I should be happy for him. He deserves this. Deserves someone who chooses him every single day, who doesn't take his love for granted, who understands what a gift it is to be chosen back. But I'm not happy. I'm hollow. I type out a message. Delete it, type another. Delete that too. Finally, I just write, "I'm glad you're happy." I don't send it instead. I close the laptop and sit there in the apartment that's mine, only because he was kind enough to let me keep it. And I let myself feel the full weight of what I've lost. Not just David, but the version of myself who was loved by someone good. Who had a chance at a real life. Who could have been happy if she'd just been brave enough to let herself be. That person is gone now and I'm what's left. I wear his necklace every day now, not because I deserve to, not because it means we might get back together someday, or because I think he still loves me, or because I'm holding on to some fantasy where he forgives me and comes home. I wear it because I need to remember. I need to remember that I had something real, and I destroyed it for something fake. I need to remember that love isn't a feeling, it's a choice made over and over, in 1,000 tiny moments that don't feel significant until they're gone. I need to remember that the person I became in that affair, reckless, cruel, alive in all the wrong ways, wasn't the real me. She was just the easiest me, the one who didn't have to try, and I need to remember that David didn't destroy me. I destroyed myself. He just made sure I couldn't look away. Some nights, I lie awake in the guest room and imagine a different version of this story, one where I came clean before he found the messages, where I chose him when it mattered, where I went to therapy and worked through whatever brokenness made me need Jason's validation more than David's love, one where we fought, really fought, the kind of fight that breaks you open and came out the other side still choosing each other, one where I didn't become this. But that's not the story I get. This is, I cheated on my husband for months. I lied to his face every single day. I laughed about him to my lover. I made him small in my own mind so I wouldn't have to face what I was doing. And when he found out, he didn't scream. He didn't beg. He didn't give me the satisfaction of a dramatic confrontation where I could cry and apologize and make it about my pain. He just made sure everyone saw what I really was, and then he left, and now he's happy, and I'm here wearing his necklace like a scar, learning too late what it means to lose someone who actually loved you. He didn't destroy me. I destroyed myself. He just made sure I'd remember it, and I will. Every single day for the rest of my life. I will.